with how the ground works, there's two things I'm going to show you real quick. Look, Chris Como hits a golf ball off of a diving board. Okay. Yeah, to prove something about what's called the ground force reaction. This is a golf swing with no ground force reaction. When you don't have the ground, look at it.
Did that just to prove something?
Yeah, because his hips went backwards. Look, his hips, look, they turned the opposite way. Look, they went backwards. Right? Why? Because that's right. There's nothing for your feet to dig into, right? Then you got this other video that's important to look at. Jamie Sadlowski goes and hits a ball on his.
Put a swimsuit on where he jumps in with all his golf balls.
It's kind of funny, huh? Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, look at this. Sadlowski hits it 331 from his knees. Look at this guy.
You know this guy?
No, I've never met him. He's a long drive guy. Look, off his knees. So look, if you're hitting it off your knees, right, how the heck can you generate, to hit it 330, you got to have 120 miles an hour speed, right? Well, then how do you generate the speed? Well, because from the whip. See, the speed isn't actually from lunging your legs. It's not like I'm like lunging like this and that's going to create my speed with a driver. I'll do it this way first. It's from the whip. Look, I'm whipping. You hear that? How did I do that? My legs are planted right now. I can't move them. How am I creating that kind of whip? Look. How? With what? The elbow. Well, the elbow coming in. You with me? And if I get up like this because I have a bigger arc, I can even create more whip. Right? And that's the speed, and the distance is the whip. At the end of the day, the thing on the end has to go faster if you want the ball to go farther. So it's not just like, look, if I just lunge my legs, ready, look, I just lunged my legs. Did the club go faster? No. So it's more about the legs using the ground to create whip.
Those guys, they twist their foot up like that and they're hitting.
They don't even, some of them aren't even thinking about that. They're not. The point of this is the thought is not about what the legs are doing. The thought is about what other things are. Like right now, I haven't coached you to do anything with your legs. I've said, set up with the tilt, get the ball position, worry about the straight back, the inside out, and then make sure to get that brush. If you can do that, you're going to be hitting fairways. Dude, you're a big, tall, strong guy. You're going to get plenty of distance. I'm not even worried about that yet. I have students all the time coming in that I fix their form, and then they tell me how they're hitting it further. But I'm not worried about the form. I'm worried about the distance, I'm not worried about the distance. I'm worried about the form, because I know that once your form is good, the distance becomes obvious. You with me? But the distance is not from lunging. Don't lunge your legs. You're not going to get the power. It's the whip. And if you want to do something to create more speed, do what I did. Flip the club around. Look, do this. Flip the club around. Flip it backwards like I did here while you're over there. Now make it whip. Let me hear a loud whip sound. Louder. Right? The louder that is, the more, listen to mine. Listen again. Really look. The louder it is.
How can you do that so loud, man?
Because I'm using the whip. It's like a bullwhip. It's like I'm using, like a bullwhip, how you go like this? Or a towel snap. Yeah, exactly. That's the distance. So if you want distance, you need whip. But if you start adding whip, you might lose swing path. You might lose club face. You might lose body position. So that's where it's, that's the catch-22. I actually hit a drive, Bruce, 391. Get this. And then my handicap started going up because I was worried about the wrong thing. Then I started working on fairways in regulation and greens in regulation. My driver speed went down. I was only driving at 290 to 305, but I was hitting more greens and more fairways. My handicap got under par to a +1 or 2. Yeah, so distance is overrated.